What is up, guys? It's your boy Broncos here, back at it again with his first ever football video on the channel. I know it's weird to have my first ever football video 5 weeks into the season with predictions, but I mean, I really like football. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Packers fan. See, look right there, Aaron Rodgers looking spicy, dude. I don't know, but I plan on doing these predictions every week. I'll keep my record, and then for each team that I pick, there should be like a little logo here on who I pick. But I hope that y'all enjoy my predictions. I think I'm pretty good at predictions. Obviously I'll have a more of an insight on the Packers games because I follow them more closely. But I think I could pick well for each of the teams, and I have a good knowledge of all the teams. This is why I think I'll have, good predictions. But I mean, without further ado, let's get into the first prediction. And with our first game, we have the 3-1 Rams facing off against the 3-1 Seahawks at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, which I think will be one of the big deciding factors just because the stadium is full of fans and it's always super loud, and it's in prime time, of course, being on a Thursday night, which I think will be the deciding factor, like I said, because, both teams are trying to prove themselves in the NFC. And I mean, I think the Seahawks just have the upper hand. Even if it would have been in LA, I think the Seahawks still could have won just because of Rams fans. There's still Rams fans. I'm not saying there's no fans, but I mean, there's just not as many as Seahawks fans. So I think Seahawks would have pulled it off no matter what. Like I said, there's really not too many big injuries that that I know of, at least, that should be leaning one team one way or one team the other way if someone's in or out. So right now I have the Seahawks. Probably I'll give a score prediction here. I'll say it'll be a higher scoring game, probably 31-28 Seahawks. I'll give it to them. And for the first game on Sunday, the 1 p.m. game, the Jets face off against the Eagles in Philadelphia. I think this one will be kind of an easy game to pick just because the Jets, on their third-string quarterback, what are they, 0-4 now? I'm 99% sure. Facing off against the Eagles, who just beat my Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field in prime time. So I think they're doing pretty well. I think they'll just easily clean up the Jets here. Like I said, it's a home game too, even more of an advantage with the fans. I think this is an easy one to pick. I'd say the Eagles would win by probably about 10. So I'll say, no, maybe even more. I'll go 28-10 actually, Eagles. And with probably one of our surprisingly toughest games, we have the Jaguars facing off against the Panthers in Carolina. The Panthers are home for this game, and this one is super difficult to pick. The Panthers are favored by 3.5 points, but Gardner Minshew, the legend himself, he does have a knee injury that has been reported. I don't know how severe it is as of right now, but if Gardner Minshew does end up playing, I do have the Jaguars winning just because I feel like Gardner Minshew is better than the Panthers backup. I'm pretty sure it's Kyle Allen, so I feel like he is better than him. And if he does not play, Gardner Minshew, I do have the Panthers with the win, 17-14 in either direction. If Minshew plays, they win 17-14. If he doesn't, they lose 17-14. That's my prediction. Like I said, probably one of the bigger upsets of the week for me, just because a lot of people would have the Panthers, just mainly because they are at home. But I think Minshew can pull it off if he's playing. And with our fourth game, and my big upset of the week, is the New York Giants facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. The New York Giants are home for this game without Saquon Barkley. Not looking so good, but the Minnesota Vikings are looking even worse. They do not have Stephon Diggs. I'm not confirmed if he's not playing this Sunday, but as the day I'm uploading this, Wednesday, he did not practice, not injury related, but he did not practice. Sources are saying he is looking to be traded from the Minnesota Vikings because he does not like the situation with Kirk Cousins, because he has been doing terribly, especially in last game. As you can see how bad the Vikings were doing against the Bears, only scoring 6 points, and those 6 points coming off of the garbage minutes of the game. So, in that matter, the Vikings are the 4.5 favorites on the spread, but I have the Giants pulling off the upset mainly because of how much the Vikings are struggling. So the Giants technically aren't even struggling. They technically beat bad teams, but I mean, they are going 0-2, got the confidence at home. I'm picking the Giants. Next off, we have the 1-3 Falcons facing off against the 2-2 Texans. And with this game, it's pretty much just a coin flip. Both teams not doing as good as a lot of people thought they were. For this one, it can kind of just be a coin toss, but the Texans are favorited because they're at home. They're only 2-2 compared to the Falcons 1-3, which is way worse because the only team that the Falcons beat was the Eagles, but they've been so hot and cold that it's super hard to predict because you can predict the Texans because, they are favorited, but the Falcons, they could get hot out of nowhere and beat the Texans by like 10, so who knows? I don't know. I guess just pick whatever team you want. I got the Texans because the Falcons have been more cold than hot this season. Final score prediction, 24-17. And now, guys, we have the Buccaneers facing off against the Saints in New Orleans, and the Buccaneers had a phenomenal performance last week against the Rams, beating them 55-40. That was a crazy game. I didn't get to watch it until the end, until I knew what was going on. But that was just a crazy game. Saw the highlights. But I don't have them winning this week against the Saints, which have been even better than how the people thought the Bucs were going to play. Because they were like, oh, Teddy Bridgewater's coming in because Drew Brees is gone. And he goes 2-0 against two really good teams in their conference. So it's like two teams are like on fire. I mean, the Bucs have only been on fire for 1 week. Saints have been on fire for 2 weeks. That's why I believe in them more to win this game, and they are home. So that's why I think it'll be an easier game to predict. I have the Saints winning it 24-10. 24-10 Saints. Next off, we have the 3-1 Buffalo Bills facing off against the 2-2 Tennessee Titans. And with this game, the Bills coming off of a loss to the Patriots, 16-10, a very surprisingly close game. People thought the Bills were going to get blown out. They were like, oh, they're just a fluke 3-0 team. That's what I thought, too. I was like, oh, yeah, Patriots are going to blow them out. But they held, the Bills had so many opportunities to beat the Patriots in that game. So just because of that, I have them beating Tennessee in Tennessee just because I don't think they're a fluke 3-0 team. Well, I mean, now they're 3-1 because they did lose. But I think they're actually a pretty decent team. Probably not good enough to win the Super Bowl or anything, but I think they're good enough to beat the Titans. Final score predictions. I'll go lower on this one. I'll go 17-10 Bills. Next off, guys, we have our garbage game of the week with the Arizona Cardinals going to face off against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Arizona Cardinals are 0-3-1 going to Cincinnati to face off against the 0-4 Bengals. So one of these teams are going to get their first wins of the season. I am rooting for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, you can really flip a coin on this one. Like I said, this game really doesn't even matter either because both teams, 99%, aren't going to make the playoffs. But I'm rooting for Kyler Murray. He's a rookie. I want him to get his first win in the league. I don't think he'll do amazingly well, though. I think he'll maybe have 1-2 touchdowns, maybe. I'll have them winning. All of them went in 24-21 over the Bengals. Next off, we have an even garbager game of the week with the New England Patriots going to Washington, D.C. to go face off against the Redskins. And this is for a different reason from the Cardinals and Bengals. Both teams aren't bad. It's just because of how mismatched they are. The Patriots are ranked 1 in the league, and the Redskins, some people have ranked the last in the league. So this game is going to be a blowout. I don't need to talk much about this. Even though the Redskins are at home, it doesn't really matter. It could be anywhere. They're still going to get beat. I mean, maybe get beat by a little less now that they're at home. Still think they're going to get whipped, though. I'll guess 41-10, New England Patriots. Next off, we have the 2-2 Ravens going to Pittsburgh to face off against the 1-3 Steelers. And the Ravens are not as bad as their record looks. The Ravens have lost to the Chiefs, the 4-0 Chiefs, and they have also lost to the 2-2 Browns, which the Browns, like I said as well, are not as bad as their record shows. So the Ravens lost to 2 very good teams. I don't blame them. They should be 4-0 if they had an easier schedule. Steelers don't have their starting quarterback. Steelers are not looking good, even though they have home field advantage. I do not have them winning. I have the Ravens winning by quite a bit, probably about 10 points. So I'd say I'd say about 25-14. Kind of a weird score, weird prediction, but I mean I have the Ravens winning this one by quite a bit. Next off, we have the 3-1 Chicago Bears facing off against the 2-2 Raiders. I think this game is not worth watching. They both go to London. They're both probably going to be tired and exhausted. Both of their offenses are absolutely horrendous. I mean, not necessarily that the Raiders have a horrendous offense. It's just that the Bears have such a good defense. And with the Bears losing Mitch Trubisky, they now have to go to Chase Daniels to rely on him to be good. And quite frankly, Mitch Trubisky's bad. Chase Daniels probably even worse. This is going to be a very low-scoring game. I don't want the Bears to win. They're still probably going to win, though. Khalil Mack's the GOAT. They might even hold the Raiders to 0. But for my final prediction, I have the Bears winning 10-3. Very low-scoring game here. And here with an even bigger upset, I just realized, the 0-4 Broncos are going to LA to face the LA Chargers. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm picking the Broncos to win this match. I'm sorry, Tatey. Tatey's like, you better pick the Chargers. But it's just a weird gut feeling. The Broncos are a touchdown underdogs, so they are favored to lose by at least a touchdown, which I don't know why, because they lost Bradley Chubb to their second best player on their defense, which is really good. But now they only have Von Miller facing against the Chargers. But for some reason, I'm picking the Broncos just because, I don't know, the Chargers have been struggling. It looks like the Broncos have been struggling based on their record, but they came close with a lot of good teams. Like I said, they should have beaten the Bears, came close to the Packers. Like I said, they just faced a bunch of good teams. Couldn't happen to beat them. But for some reason, I think they're going to go into LA, probably barely win this game. Like, if anything, like another low-scoring game, maybe like 12-7 or something. Like, no sane person would pick the Broncos to win, but I just have that weird gut feeling that the Broncos this week are going to go into LA and beat the Chargers by 4 points. And now we have my 3-1 Packers going to Dallas to play the 3-1 Dallas Cowboys in America's Game of the Week. I don't even know where to get started with this match. So many injuries. La'el Collins most likely out. Who else? Tyron Smith, another big guy. Michael Gallup, I think he's going to be out too. He's expected to play, but it's kind of with Devontae Adams too on the Packers. He's kind of up in the air. Devontae Adams might play. Gallup might play. I'm going if Gallup and Devontae do play because they're kind of likely to play. Like I said, it's 50-50 with both of them. Let's just say they both play. These are my predictions if they do. So, obviously, as a Packers fan, I know, I'm going to be biased because I will say that the Packers will win. That is mainly because Tyron Smith will not be playing, which means the Packers defense, which is already godly against the pass, will have an even easier time getting to Dak Prescott, which is why I think our defense is going to step up. The only concern I have is since we have one of the worst rush defenses in the league, Ezekiel Elliott could really get going, and that's what a lot of people are predicting. But obviously, if we know the run is coming because we're doing so good stopping Dak, I think we could be able to stop the run as well, which might result in us winning. Like I said, my final prediction is 27-24. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers has never lost in Dallas. He is 3-0 in Dallas in the regular season. I am like 99% positive. I saw it this morning because, I'm a Packers fan, so I would know this. But, my final prediction, Packers are winning. They are not favorited. They are favored to lose by a field goal. I have them winning by a field goal. I have a lot of upsets this week. I don't know, just a gut feeling, plus all the statistics point towards the underdogs winning, at least in my book, and then just gut feelings as well. But, yeah, Packers win it by 3 points. Coming out of Dallas, 4-1. And now with the Sunday night game, we have the Indianapolis Colts going to Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium, one of the loudest stadiums in the league, to face the 4-0 Kansas City Chiefs in prime time on a Sunday night. This is not going to be a contest, I don't think, at all. I mean, I don't know. It might be close. The Colts lost to the Raiders last week. Chiefs barely beat the Lions, but the Lions aren't a bad team, guys. They're 2-1-1. They could have even been 3-0-1 because they almost beat the Chiefs. I think Chiefs are going to win. Colts are going to make it kind of close. My final prediction, the Chiefs are going to win by 13 points. They are going to win 30-17. That is my prediction, guys. And last but not least, we have the Monday night game. The 2-2 Cleveland Browns are going to face the only undefeated team in the NFC left, being the San Francisco 49ers. Mainly because of their bye week. I did not expect them to be the only undefeated team left in the NFC, but here they are facing the Browns on Monday night at home, and I don't have them winning. The 49ers are 3-0 because they didn't play good teams. Who do they beat? The Bengals? No way, bro. Bengals, what are they? 0-4 right now? Not looking too good. I have the 49ers losing this. I think it's going to be a close game. Maybe like 21-17. I'll say, yeah, 21-17 I'll go with. Like I said, Browns are going to win, be 3-2, be still on top of the AFC North. Browns win this one, guys. But like I said, if y'all do enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe. I'll let you guys know my record next week when I go to pick, or after all these games are over, probably next Tuesday. I'll let you guys know my record, which is going to be hype. I think I'll do pretty good. Obviously, probably not going to go 16-0 on these picks, because who knows, there might be a tie. But, I mean, I appreciate y'all tuning into my picks. Like I said, obviously they're not going to be all right. But, you know, let me know your picks down in the description below. This has been BenBomb12 signing out. Peace out, guys.